G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a 2-shot 10mm submachine gun. Now, we all know about the patch that is around the corner that is going to be nerfing the 2-shot legendary effect as well as the explosive legendary effect, so I'm going to quickly get a little bit of gameplay with this thing so we can easily compare and contrast when that patch finally drops. So right now, this thing is unnerfed, doing 76 damage with the hardened receiver right off the bat. Let's go ahead and upgrade this with some perks. So, obviously, this thing is an automatic platform, so Commander is what we're going to go with. And since we're not going to be using this thing in VATS much because the 2-shot effect really destroys your VATS potential with this weapon, we'll just go for a little bit of bloody mess, which gives us 140 damage, which is okay. Now, I've already gone over most of the attachments you can get on your 10mm submachine gun, so I'll go over this nice and quickly. So the receiver is hardened. Interestingly, the prime receiver does exactly the same amount of damage, if I could select that, there we go, as the hardened receiver. You obviously get that bonus damage against Scorch, but in terms of having a weapon that is easy to use and the rounds are easy to acquire, the hardened receiver will do just fine. And we've got a stabilized long barrel and a forceful stock. That is to help us control the recoil, because this thing still kicks pretty hard. Even without the 2-shot effect, it does kick pretty hard. And obviously a perforating magazine for a little bit of armor penetration. Okay, let's get started on these muties right away. We've got a butcher here, warlord. Yep, okay, we're getting top tier spawns. Let's just blow up these cars before they become a problem to me. There we go, he's got a little bit of hits on him. And yes, we can still use this as a stealthy platform even without a suppressor. We do lose out on a little bit of sneak attack crit damage that we could get from, what's it called? Hang on. Mr. Sandman. So it doesn't really matter though, because we're going to get detected pretty quickly, so we can test this thing up close and personal where we can get all of those shots on. And yeah, this thing is actually doing pretty good. I feel like the weapon card is lying to me, because 140 damage, yeah, it seems to be doing a lot more than that, at least what it looks like. But anyways, probably the reason that is because its rate of fire is so high. I think I get around 90-ish damage with the handmade rifle with the furious effect and the good old powerful auto receiver. Since this thing fires at a rate of fire of 91 instead of 75, I'm guessing that is why this thing feels like it's hitting so hard. The best thing about 2-shot weapons without the explosive effect is you can actually do that and not kill yourself, so there's a whole lot less risk to yourself when using this thing, which is always nice. I think we're done with these muties already. Yep, it's a quick warm-up, but that's what you get with a 2-shot 10mm submachine gun. This thing's actually doing pretty good. With the speed that we cleared out those super mutants at the dam, I've got no problems of me just running into here where many ghouls might appear. Oh no, is it giving me bottom tier spawns? I don't like Reavers being here. Yep, Reavers. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back when there's actually high enough level enemies to spawn, because Reavers are not satisfying to kill, they're squishy. Ooh, it's a withered. Whole 32 levels of ghoul power. Alright, be right back. Alrighty, let's try that again. Hang on, I think a mouth breather is in here. Ah yes, gangrenous feral ghouls. Rare in business, boys. Good stuff. So, yeah, we're going to have no problems luring all these guys out with our unsuppressed 10mm submachine gun. At the same time, we won't have any problems taking them out because we've got the damage to back it up. Speaking of backing up, I'm just going to backpedal whilst I kill all of these ghouls who are running at me. I'm pretty sure all the blokes who are in here are actually really low levels, so yeah, I'm going to steal all your kills and I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm going to blow up that car too. Obviously, without a suppressor, you'll find yourself getting hit quite a lot more than usual. That was a lucky stagger from that exploding bus. I'd like to tell you that was all planned, but it wasn't. But regardless, we're taking out these ghouls just fine. I'm having no problems with this. Does this mean it's overpowered? I don't know. Probably not. Obviously, those guys had to go at that other ghoul. Oh yes, please hit me again. I want to get some surprise PvP action happening in here. That'd be good. Alright, I think we might be clear at this point, because what ghouls wouldn't be drawn in by the sound of a loud round going off? I think we're clear. Yep. 10mm submachine gun of the 2-shot variety, doing good work in crazy crowd control situations. I got hit because I was careless, but still, you can run in and generally end up in good health if you are actually able to use this thing right. So, yeah, perhaps it's overpowered. I don't know, I'll let you decide. Alrighty, the good old Swan Test. Let's see how our 2-shot 10mm goes. What is he doing? Oi, come back. Oh, there's a camp up here. I don't think that's the guy who I was attacking last time. I don't think he'll show his face around in my videos for quite some time. Ended up getting detected like halfway through that fight, but it was already too far gone. Yeah, okay, there might... What the hell happened there? Okay, there might be... He had 2 typewriters on him. Was he a journalist? Well, I'm glad I killed him then, especially if he was a game journalist. Can you hear me, Kotaku? Alrighty, let's move on to the My Alert Queen test, because I feel like this should kind of be a standard test of procedure for making sure weapons are good. So, here are my thoughts on this weapon thus far. Obviously, it's a very good close-range weapon. It excels in close range. It's got a good rate of fire. Obviously, the recoil is there to stop you from using it over range, so obviously this weapon is designed to be a very good close-quarters killer, which works extremely, extremely well. That Mylurk's already dead. It works extremely well when you've got it with the 2-shot effect, because again, that's much better for any, there she is, good stuff. It works a lot better for anything that works in close range, because obviously you can't really push out your damage all that much, or your accuracy all that much at range, because you just can't. There's too much deviation, too much recoil, unless you control it like that, but then you'll be losing out on DPS. So, obviously, a close quarters weapon this is, and it does well. So, how does it go when in ranged combat? Let's go fight some Scorch Base and see how that goes then. It still annoys me that I only draw level 65 Scorch Base. I want to see the big level 80 bad boys. Alright, so one way of getting his attention is by killing all of his friends, and as you can tell, despite this being like a 95% chance, I missed 3 shots, but luckily concentrated fire does have our back, and by killing these guys, we can get... Okay, he's screaming at me by now, that's alright. By killing those guys, we can actually raise our adrenaline, which in turn raises our damage. Now, I'm in a little bit of trouble right now, so I'm just going to try to hipfire him, and wow, this is actually going pretty well. Courtesy of good old ground pounder there, I'm actually getting some decent hits on a Scorch Base, even from this range, although this is not what I'd call far range at all. Obviously, she's my biggest threat, so I'll kill her first, and then I got to deal with the gun zombies. I might have had level 60 or rank 6 of adrenaline running there. I probably did, because even at that range I was doing pretty good damage. Hang on, is that another one? Okay, well he's next. Hopefully I don't get the blight. And don't forget there's always avenues to increase your damage, albeit slightly, with chem. So I've just done a rank of the good old Psycho buff, or eaten a little bit of that. And now we can engage this Scorch Beast dude, and we're doing less damage. I guess we did have a lot of adrenaline stacked on the other one, so without adrenaline against a level 50 dude, we'll see how we go. Now, this thing is pretty terrible in bats, because a blink of an eye, you'll miss it. All of your shots are gone, and wow, really? He's going over there? Bloody hell. What is with these Scorch Beasts not wanting to put up a fight? Regardless of that, we're getting some good, decent kills on the friend, so if he wants to come back... No, he's gonna retreat. Is that part of his AI? Is he actually fleeing right now? I don't know. So this is where it kind of struggles though. I guess one of the reasons I was hitting the Scorch Beasts at those medium ranges is because Scorch Beasts are big. They've got quite a big hitbox. And I could pretty much fill the crosshairs with it, even when firing like this. So I guess taking on Scorch Beasts, you can increase your range a little bit. But obviously humanoid targets, like you saw there, not as easy. Look, would you look at that? There's another My Alert Queen who showed up, so I didn't expect to be able to fight another one, but... Oh, you're regenerating your health. Good for you. I'm just gonna kill your friends so I get more damage to kill you. There we go. Without all of this sneak attack crit nonsense, we're still doing pretty good damage. We're by no means struggling, but we sure got a lot more damage when we were sneaking before. Speaking of sneaking, back into caution. The game was tossing and turning between giving me sneak attack criticals or not, and I got nothing, so it looked like her health was regenerating. Also, you're back. Come on, fight me this time, you bitch, little bitch. I have an XO1 with a jetpack. Don't make me come up there. Oh wow, those are sneak attack criticals. All the way from there. Good job, 10mm submachine gun. And despite not being suppressed, you can actually get some decent sneak attack criticals. Alright, I think you get the point of this weapon against those dudes. Is that a level 80? No, it's 65. I'm kind of bored of killing Scorch Base right now. I'm going to leave this one alone. Alrighty, so I think I'm going to call things there for the 2-shot 10mm submachine gun, and yeah, I'm not really sure why they would nerf 2-shot. I think it's more the explosives fault. That's getting 100% of the base damage as explosion damage. That's too much. Leave 2-shot alone. 2-shot is fine. 2-shot is terrible accuracy, can't do anything at range, and severely limits your weapon's VATS accuracy. So I think 2-shot in its current state is fine. Maybe if they nerfed it by giving you maybe just what the standard receiver does plus extra damage like they did in Fallout 4, that'd be better rather than just flat 2 times damage, which I think according to their patch notes have done. But yeah, with that in mind in the gameplay you've just seen, what do you think about it? Does this need to be patched? Is this unbalanced? Let us know. I'm actually keen to hear what you guys have to say about it. Thank you for watching, guys.